So we are here, guys, in Lisbon Springfest 2022 with third place Renato Reis in team Wildcards P2. He ended up in third place with Gravidia. Now, how did you feel? How was this tournament and your deck list, of course?
For this tournament, why I pick Gravidia? It's the soul and heart deck in my theorizing, playtesting. It was the deck that I felt most comfortable. Like I had around 4 months of playtesting with this deck. The ratios and the card choices that I choose mostly for this deck were like kinda last couple of days before this tournament. Other than that, I could have played much anything else, but since my teammates already had chosen Barrel and they already had chosen Magnolia, I decided to pick Gravidia because I felt much more comfortable with that, and I didn't have Mechalites to play Prison, so yeah. Going to talk about the experience of the tournament. My first 2 rounds I kind of flopped. I didn't win. I won my next 2 matches. Then on top 4 I lost my match against Magnolia, and in the game that which team is decided to be the 3rd and 4th place, I played our first round opponents. Wow.
Yeah.
And I ended up taking my revenge and winning that match. So, going to the deck profile, this
Token.
So, basically, right deck, these 4 cards. Why? Simple. Basically, we are playing Gravidia World, pressure, keep pushing every single time for a game, and the world giving you unit. It's one of those things that this deck is lack of, and that is units with big power to clear the units that we can't kill with our meteors. So, great trees. 3 Gravidia for personal ride.
Pot of Creed.
Yeah, basically putting 2 meteors is like pot of cream. 4 burrito. Some people are playing 3. I played 4 because of the meteor numbers that I run in the deck, and since I play a build that is playing around things that I can't kill with meteors, I decided to run this at 4 because I want to kill my opponent as fast as I can.
Alright.
Then, MVP of the entire deck, and it's the MVP that I used for the last month, and it is this card. So, people are playing standard. Okay, I get it. It's a free 10k shield that you can use for intercept. Okay. But I need to control those 5 meteors. This is a card that, with the boost from the token, it's a column that is at 25. It's either gonna hit your opponent, rears Vanguard, always, or it's pushing something from their end in order to prevent this card to proc his effect. Every single time this card proc his effect, I either get the grade 2 meteor or the grade 1 if I needed it, if I didn't have the grade 2 meteors. Overall, this card was amazing, and most of the time when he stays on the table, my opponents always try to get rid of it, so they are like wasting one attack, and if they guard it during the attack of this card, they are wasting almost 2 cards.
Especially at grade 2.
Yeah, and if they didn't guard, but they wasted their attack, it's like the same way. I get 1 card, so they are going with that 2 minus advantage.
Yeah.
So yeah, overall it was really the MVP. And by the way, this is the card that against Magnolia, if they have the column with the Olympics, you will, if they have something on the front because they didn't have in-life bulls or something like that, this card alone kills everything that is in front of the Olympics. So you are taking out 1 card, and it was because of that matchup that I run this. And also this card, alongside with this, if I'm playing a Bastion player and they have the grade 3, this column always kills their grade 3. So that's why
It was a really amazing card.
it was a really cool card that I played tested. In Japan they
Yeah.
are using. So now the what the moment. I only run
1.
this shit at 1. Why? I'm against this mother. I know this card wins the mirror match. This card alone has a problem, and that is I need to have meteorites on the drop. So I don't want to see him early in the game. I don't want to see him mid game. I only want to see him
Late game.
late game if I need to come back into the game. If not, I don't care.
Or if you're like going really low on the deck.
Yeah. During the entire tournament, I only use it once to send 5 meteorites back and never use it. Only one. You can say, okay, it goes to the damage, you will die. Okay, no worries. If I started with him in the first opening end and I didn't do the mulligan, he stays on my end. That's it.
Nothing.
Most of the times it's a 5k shield. So yeah, I didn't care. I didn't care. No stunners because need the 5 meteorites to proc her. And it doesn't do enough pressure for what I think this deck needs. That is, you need to turbo your meteors to kill much faster as you can. Then for PGs, nothing to say. It's very standard in every single deck in this game. These two, at first they were Bulba Mines. After that I tried this because one of our Portuguese player, Mario, was playing with this card. And although you make 2 Soul Blasts to counter charge 1 and need to have those 3 meteorites, this is always a 13. So, and it is a 13 while boosting or attacking. So this always kills those pesky grade 3s on the table of Bastion. So that's why I did run this over Bulba Mine. Then orders. So 4, 3 make 7. People are playing with 6. I play with 7 because I want to see alongside my 4 ones something to discard to make my drive. This deck lacks on cards you want to discard for riding, so that's why I max this at 7 because in 46 cards there is a high probability that if you run your 7 orders, that's mathematically in Magnolia, so you will see in every 7 cards one of your orders. So I tried that mathematics in Gravidia. Well, only one game that I opened like first hand after mulligan and drawing cards from the starter like this. So, okay. RNG, I guess. It doesn't matter. If I see one, it always counts me for my discarding for my right deck, so I don't waste other useful cards for it. Then the world.
Nothing.
You only need to run one. Sure. Triggers 4, 8 crits, DOT that I end up drawing more times than activating.
There's nothing to explain of duty though.
3 fronts. I could play draws, but I needed the 3 fronts because of numbers and the 4 yields. So yeah, that's it.
All right. Do you want to give any shout-outs to someone, some people?
First and most important shout-out to Ventura Games for hosting this event. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have Vanguard as a competitive game in Portugal. Second, shout-out to Nuno Raimundo for helping me in playtesting, giving some ideas, some cool tips for the deck. Shout out to Team Wildcards, my teammates, my test partners, my friends, my family. They are everything for me in this game. Shout out to my fiance that is sleeping in the hotel. So
it is what it is.
It is what it is. And most importantly, shout out to Comunidade do Porto. You guys are the best. So that's it.
All right.